All right. Today is Mod 5, Lesson 13. It's on page 93. Please pause if you need to. The Colliers want to put new flooring in a 6.5 foot by 7 1/3 foot bathroom. The tiles they want come in 12-inch squares. What is the area of the bathroom floor? If the tiles cost $3.25 per square foot, how much will they spend on flooring? All right, go ahead and pause me, read it one more time thinking, and a third time circling those clue words. All right, here's what I would circle. The Colliers want to put new flooring in a 6.5 foot by 7 1/3 foot bathroom. So I'm knowing through this thought that this is going to be a rectangular shape, right, in the bathroom. The tiles they want come in 12-inch squares. So now thinking about 12-inch squares, I know I was working with feet up here. I'm going to try to think of a way that I can keep my units the same. And I know that 12 inches equals 1 foot. So the tiles they want come in 1 foot squares. What is the area? We know area means length times width of the bathroom floor. If the tiles cost $3.25 per square foot, how much will they spend on flooring? So now I'm realizing that we have not just one, but 2 questions to answer. So let's start off with that first question that just simply says, what is the area, length times width of the bathroom floor? So I'm going to start just like we have the last couple of days by doing my area model. So here's my bathroom floor. And let's see, the longer one is 7 1/3, so I'll put that here, 7 1/3. Oops, that's a plus sign. And then here, 6 1/2. So I've laid out my area model. Now I can just multiply to solve. So the first one, actually, if you didn't get a chance to do this on your own, go ahead, pause me, and try to solve your area model. All right, now I'm going to solve it. I'm going to start with my whole numbers. 6 times 7, we know 6 times 7 is 42 because we are fluent and we're getting on reflex. We're practicing those facts. So 6 times 7 is 42. The next one I'm going to do is 7 times 1/2. 7 times 1/2 is 7 seconds. And I'm going to just keep that like that for now in that mixed, in that improper fraction. I'm just going to let that be for a second. Now I'm going to do 6 times 1/3. And I'm going to get another improper fraction of 6/3. And then 1/2 times 1/3 equals 1/6. 1/6. So just like yesterday, the next step is to add all of this together. If you didn't get to that point, please pause and try to solve that. All right, so just like yesterday, I am going to add all of my pieces. But what I'm noticing again is that I have to have a common denominator. The common denominator that I'm seeing is 6. So 42 plus, let's see, 7 halves or 7 seconds. I want to turn my denominator into a 6. 2 times 3 equals 6. So 7 times 3 equals 21 plus, I just doubled the 3 to get 6, so I'll double the 6 and make 12 plus 1/6. And what I end up with is 42 plus 21 plus 12, that's 33, plus 1, 34 6. How can I change that back into a mixed number? So 6 goes into 34 let's see, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 30, oh, that's too big, 30. So 5, and then we'll have 4 6 left over. 42 plus 5 and 4 6 equals 47. Oops. Oh, goodness. 47 and 4 6, which we can simplify, right? We can simplify that to 47. We can divide both of these by 2 and get 2/3 feet. Remember, we never forget our units, squared, because we're working with area. Goodness. So now we need to think about how we can write our answer to this first part. Let's finish this whole first part up, and then we'll work on that second part of the question. So our first question said, what is the area of the bathroom floor? The area of the bathroom floor is the area of the bathroom floor is 47 and 2/3 feet squared. Whew. All right, that is only the start of this problem, you guys. We have come up with half of our answer. Remember, it says if the tiles cost $3.25 per square foot, how much money will they spend on flooring? So now we have to take this problem to the next step, which is to think about how much we need. We need 47 and 2/3 of a feet squared of tiling. And now we need to think about how much that's going to be if each of those tiles costs $3.25. Now, can we buy 2/3 of a tile, do you think? You think they're going to do that? No, stores typically don't do that. So we're going to have to change this number for our next part of our problem to a 48. We're going to have to round it up to 48. They're going to have to buy 48 tiles. So I'm going to pull out another board because we've used so much of this one, and we'll finish it over here. So we have 48 tiles, right? And each one costs $3.25. I want you to think for a second, what kind of math would that be? Maybe pause if you have to really think that out. If you thought multiplication, you're right. So the next step of this problem is to do a decimal multiplication problem. So that's going to be 325 times 48. Now remember, we learned that we can ignore the decimal at first, right? So I'm going to put this here, make it easier on me. We can ignore that decimal and just add it back in when we're done. So we can simply do 8 times 5. Right, 40. I hope you paused and solved this yourself first. 8 times 2 is 16, plus 4, 20. 8 times 3 is 24, plus 2, 26. Don't forget your placeholder when we move to the tens place. 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2 is 10. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 1 is 13. Now we add 0, 0, 6, 5, 1. And now the big part we can't forget is our decimal point. How many numbers were to the right of our decimal point? 2. So there still need to be 2 numbers to the right of the decimal point. So 1, 2. So how do we write an answer for the second part of the problem? Well, it said if the tiles cost $3.25 per square foot, how much will they spend on flooring? So let's think about how we could write that. We could say, they will spend $156 on flooring. That was a long one.